Guys, I wanted to share this interesting observation. When COVID came, I predicted that first wave was not the end of COVID. There will be a second wave. And no one around me was believing me. And I was extra cautious. And no one around me was believing that there will be a second wave because people were talking about herd immunity, vaccination, multiple other things. And also that I predicted not just that the second wave will come, but also that it will be very, very severe. And that exactly happened. The second wave came and it was the most severe, especially for the Indian context. How I predicted that, there was a lot of details in that, but my biggest or the most important dot was the analogy of the Spanish flu. So the first wave was lower in terms of the distribution, and the second wave was the peak, and then third wave was almost equal to or even lower than the first wave. So that was the analogy that I used, but there were multiple other factors behind it. I don't want to actually, I also forgot what were those factors, and I don't want to make this video long. The basic point is I was able to predict it correctly. However, based on that, I also predicted that the stock market, because when the COVID first wave came, the market fell like anything, and then market recovered. So I bet that when the second wave will come, the market will again fall, and it would again, if you talk about in the context of Nifty, it will again touch 7,000 something. But that did not happen. Just the opposite happened, right? The market went to 15,000 and 18,500 something. So this was a big setback to me, but I used the opportunity to understand where exactly I went wrong. So actually my main interest in predicting COVID was not so much to predict COVID, but to basically make some money out of that bet, right? Out of that prediction. And to express that view, the best was the stock market. You express that view and you can monetize that view. So that was the main reason, and I failed in the main reason, and the market went up. And I lost money, or put all the money on the put option that I had bought. So despite my underlying reason turning out to be true of COVID, the outcome of the stock market decline did not happen. So after that failure and the loss of money, all I could do then was to understand why this happened and where I missed. And that was a big learning for me. So actually I got it half right. I got one factor, which was COVID. That was the reason, that was the driver of the stock market, at least in the first wave. But a second very big reason I was not able to account for in my sense making or in my foresight. The second biggest reason was the money supply or the quantitative easing or the modern monetary theory. Now, this was something actually, if I had been more intelligent and more exposed, I would have looked at the 2008 experience, and I would have been able to forecast that governments will do something like that. They will ease the money supply, but I was not able to do that. So this was a lesson to me that all the factors, but this is fine. This is how you progress. You make mistakes and you have to be just honest with yourself and take that feedback, that what you missed, and so that next time you don't miss that. So the basic reason why the stock market went up was because of the increased money supply. We all know that so much of liquidity was created, trillions of dollars. I don't know what was that amount, 5 trillion, whatever, from the US and also in all the other countries. So that money supply entered the stock markets, and that led to the asset inflation, stock price inflation. So this was the reason I was right in my basic predicting the underlying driver, but I failed in the final outcome. So just wanted to record this. Thank you.